Yo, what's going on, guys? Woxdy here, and today we're going to talk about an issue that's been driving me crazy in the Halo community. It's something that's not really a huge deal, but it's something that I feel like needs to be addressed at this point, at least by somebody, or at least someone needs to kind of point it out somewhere. I know Proximity touched on it a little bit in one of his previous videos, but the topic that we're going to talk about today is going to be the social playlist. And what does social actually mean? What does that mean for a community? What should a social playlist be? What does that mean? What does that entail? When I say social playlist, what does the typical Halo player envision when they're playing social? So let's go ahead and hop into that topic. Let's talk about it and see where we can go from that. Now, the biggest complaint that I see about the social playlist in Halo 5 isn't necessarily that there's a lack of variety, especially after they removed the triple team and the team snipers. It's more of the fact that everybody, for some reason, assumes that if you're playing really well in social, that you're a sweaty player. And I would argue that doesn't, I don't know why we're making that argument. The whole point of social is for a mix of players to be able to play against one another. Just because one player is better or significantly better, because there is a skill gap in Halo, it's really easy to set yourself apart from other players. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person sweating or trying to win, I wouldn't even call it sweating, the person trying to win the game mode shouldn't be labeled as sweat. They shouldn't be frowned upon for trying to play the game. But that's something I'll expand on a little bit. But that's my biggest biggest point in this entire video is that someone trying to win a social game shouldn't be labeled as being a sweat. That whole stigma behind social being a sweaty playlist, I honestly, that needs to go away, because it's just gonna damage the reputation of the social thing. Back in Halo 3 for the social playlist, you could still play players that were significantly better than you. I remember back in Halo 3, I was a little I don't know, I think it was a brigadier or something. It was actually whatever was below a brigadier. I don't remember off the top of my head right now. But I remember playing the social playlist where you had your experience ranks. I guess in Halo 5 it'd be the equivalent of I don't know, level 141. You had the numbers beside your name in Halo 5. But in Halo 3 you had separate ranks that were the gold to onyx. Except the gold to onyx in the social playlist was just experience based. So you would rank up from gold to onyx just based off experience. But you could also see in the lobby, you could see what ranks other players were. So it'd be the 1 through 50 system with the general and stuff. So it's always awesome if you got matched up with the general in the social playlist and you absolutely dominated them. Because then you could just feel so confident in yourself. You'd be like, oh my gosh, I am a lowly, terrible player at Halo 5 or Halo 3, but I just dominated. I just took to school with that freaking general in the social playlist. And that was a good feeling, and that doesn't seem to be happening in the Halo 5 community. Instead, everybody seems to be doing it this way, where it's ugh, that player is so good. This awful. This makes this game mode unplayable. This person has so much more skill than me. Because that person has so much more skill than me, he's ruining my experience. And I think everybody should be really easy to play. When I play social, I just want to be able to just relax. But you gotta realize everybody that plays social is playing it for a different reason. Some people play social just to relax, have fun, and do all that stuff, which is fine. And some people play social to win. But you have to realize that just because someone plays social to win doesn't mean they're a toxic part of the social playlist. Just like I wouldn't complain if someone's playing social just to piss about. Whenever you hop into the social game or the social playlist, I feel as if most people need to have the mindset and realize that people playing that playlist are playing it for different reasons. Now, there are some super glaring flaws with what I just said. One of the biggest things, this is something I agree with, this is one of the biggest flaws with the social playlist that I think, is the fact that you can play a social playlist with a full team, and you can play against randoms, which is awful, because that means you're playing with a full team. You're obviously trying to win if you're playing with a full team. Not only are you playing with a full team, you're most likely able to communicate, and you're playing against people that are either, like I said, they're in that two categories. They're playing it for fun or they're trying to win. So the people trying to win against a full team are going to get frustrated at the people that are just kind of playing around just to, just play social. And the people that are just playing around just to play social are going to get frustrated because they're getting dominated by a full team. Now, I know on the Halo Waypoint forums, there's talks, and I hope this happens soon for basically all the playlists, including the ranked. But there's talks that they're going to start trying to do it like they did in Halo 3, where you could only join games based off your party. So if you had 2 people in your party and you went to a Slayer game, you would play against people that were also paired as 2s. And that just made things a little bit more balanced, because that way the matchmaking games, you were paired with people that were also paired with people. So you're playing against teams. It wasn't more, especially in Halo 5. Halo 5 is awful because you can be playing by yourself and then you can play against a full team of 4 And not only that, you can play against a full team of 4 in social, and I think that's the thing that people are getting the most frustrated about. I don't think people necessarily care about the players that are trying to win and they just happen to be better than them. I think most of the Halo community is frustrated that they're playing its full teams in a social playlist and there's nothing they can do about it. Now, if 343 wanted to address this issue, and I think this would clear up a majority of the problems that people are having with the social playlist being too sweaty, if they went to the paired up system, so like a team of 2 would play against another team of 2 in whatever playlist for social, or a team of 3 would play against another team of 3, a team of 4 play against another team of 4, and you fill in the rest with random people, it would work better. It would just be easier for people to match up against teams. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble about my thoughts on the social playlist, and basically just playlist in general and Halo 5. I just kind of wanted to make this video, just kind of talk about it a little bit. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so already, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!